Hey, Jennifer Polizzi here from Orion Lending. Going over today how a borrower can have two FHA loans. Now, most of you know, we all know that FHA limits the time, the circumstances in which a borrower can have two FHA loans. I'm going to review today the exceptions to that program, how a borrower can have more than one FHA loan. Where I go right to the 4000.1, the FHA Bible. Here at Orion Lending, we really don't have any overlays, so I look everything up right in the 4000.1. Now I'm going to look at the section where it says exceptions to the FHA policy limiting the number of mortgages per borrower. And you have a few options here. Now, one is relocation. Borrowers can relocate, if they are relocated with their job over 100 miles away from where they currently live, they can get another FHA mortgage and retain the FHA mortgage that they have. It's got to be a job relocation and it has to be over 100 miles away. That is when you can retain the FHA mortgage that you have and go and get another one in the new town that you're relocated in. And then there's some things here where if the borrower moves back to the original area, the borrower is not required to live in the original house and may obtain another FHA. So if you relocate someplace else and then you relocate back, you can get another FHA mortgage back to where you came from. So that is pretty cool. And of course, FHA lets you do that. The most popular one I think we get to is going to be the increase in family size. Now, this is one that you have to keep an eye on because it's easy, yet it's a little bit tricky. If your borrower has an increase in family size, so they live in a small FHA financed home now, maybe it's got 2 bedrooms, and then they go and they get another, they're looking for another house, and they have 3 or 4 kids, and they need more bedrooms, they have an increase in family size. That is easy to prove, right? You get the birth certificates of the kids, you show their current residence has 2 bedrooms. Now we need a 4-bedroom house. We had an increase in family size. We can get another FHA mortgage without having to sell it. But there's another little point in here. The borrower must have 25% equity or 75 plus LTV or 75 or less LTV in that departure residence to be able to use this family size caveat or this exception. They must be able to get an appraisal. You can do a drive-by appraisal on that departure residence that shows they have 25% equity. So you get their mortgage statement that shows how much they owe. You get the drive-by appraisal. If they have more than 25% equity in the home, you can use that increase in family size exception. So this is one, it works, but you have to really keep an eye on it because it can be tricky when it comes to that appraisal. You have to get that appraisal done. Then if you're vacating a jointly owned property, let's say people get divorced or they, even a boyfriend, girlfriend, they have a joint FHA loan and they break up. If we can determine that one party is going to vacate their primary residence and buy their own residence, they have to have no intent to return. That's very important. The principal residence stays with one person, and then they can go and get a new mortgage for FHA. So a borrower may be eligible for another FHA insured mortgage if the borrower is vacating with no intent to return the principal residence, which will remain occupied by an existing co-borrower. That's an exception where they can leave that one open and go get another FHA insured mortgage. So that is an interesting one, also comes up pretty often, and you can double check on that. No equity proof or anything required there. Then I think this is a good one too. It is the non-occupying co-borrower. So your borrower can have an FHA mortgage, and let's say their kids or niece, nephew, or whatever family member, they ask them to be a non-occupant co-borrower. They can do that. They can have their own FHA mortgage, and as long as it's an allowable family member under the non-family member guidelines in FHA, and they want to be a non-occupant co-borrower, they are allowed to do that and get another and sign on to another FHA loan for that as a non-occupant co-borrower for that family member. So that's really exciting. They can also, if they are a non-occupant co-borrower, go buy their own property under an FHA mortgage. So it works both ways, and they can get another FHA loan under those circumstances. So those are the only circumstances where you can have more than one FHA loan. Those are the exceptions allowed, and they are right there in the 4000.1. So you have any questions about FHA exceptions to multiple FHA loans or anything, any of our great Orion programs, please reach out. I'd really be happy to help you. We've got a lot of great programs here at Orion Lending. I really appreciate you watching this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I've got a lot of great videos on all things Orion Lending and all our great programs that can help you make more loans. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much and have a great day.